With Aubrey Drake Graham's recent switch up in style and demeanor, symbolized by painted nails, colored hair clips, and fun, goofy ad-libs, standing to be one of the most polarizing developments of image in hip-hop over the 2020s decade, many fans have come to speculate over what, or maybe who, could have influenced a lot of what the GOAT hitmaker of this generation changed about his image following the release of his 2021 LP, Certified Lover Boy. Much of the internet, in fact, looks to none other than Lil Yachty, one of today's most influential tastemakers and an artist who has taken 2023 by complete storm as the main culprit in impacting Drizzy's sudden change in style. Whether it's as big as the interwebs deem it to be or it isn't, the influence is definitely there, even according to Mr. Aubrey himself. And this influence on Drake's style is only one of many places you see Lil Yachty's influence on the industry today. It is about time we have a conversation about Lil Yachty, and specifically the year he's having. Now, before we get into today's essay video, make sure you guys subscribe below and comment what other essays and what other album reviews and what other podcast topics you guys want us to cover in the near future. We got a lot of stuff coming to y'all, daily content. And make sure you follow us at Instant Classic Network on TikTok and Instagram. So much content coming at y'all daily. Let's get right to it. When Miles McCollum, stage name Lil Yachty, bursted onto the rap scene in 2015 with his hit single One Night, needless to say, the culture as a whole was extremely indifferent towards him. The childlike melodies and lack of substance in his work had old heads like Joe Budden completely ripping into him, even publicly.
With gentlemen like you who are more concerned with fun.
Like that.
We don't like what he represents.
Yachty will continue to be the antichrist to any and all backpack rap fans and traditional hip-hop supporters. As you can imagine, in 2015, it wasn't as easy as it is today to give the front seat to the melodic wave for the traditional hip-hop peoples. 2015 was the year Kendrick Lamar dropped his classic album To Pimp a Butterfly, the year following J. Cole's 2014 Forest Hills Drive, which is an instant classic, and a time in which even guys that we view as legends now, like Young Thug, were catching a lot of heat from casual 90s/2000s rap lovers. Yachty would bring to the game what many called bubblegum rap or bubblegum trap, a style that seems catered towards fans of jingle-like melodies over simple but catchy trap instrumentals. Another artist that was part of this wave at the time was Ugly God, who didn't stand the test of time, but that's for another day. Yachty's debut LP, Teenage Emotions, will become a laughingstock on music blog circles upon release, as his style will continue to be a bit too much for a genre that was built on ruggedness and raw authenticity. Many saw Lil Bo as the poster child of the new era of hip-hop that looked at the genre as something to have fun with and be loose with, rather than to be taken excessively serious and hold so preciously. He was viewed as a joke or an act by many, and his following releases, Lil Boat 2 and Nothing to Prove, wouldn't go on to make much noise either. However, throughout the dropping of these heavily criticized bodies of works, and even the one that followed Lil Boat 3, Yachty maintained solid relevance in rap culture. Through work in ads and commercials, being one of the first rappers to stream, and hovering around within the circle of hip-hop supergroup and the label he signed to, QC, Yachty maintained just enough of a name throughout the rest of the 2010s to have the decade he's now been having. And bro, has the rise from where he once stood in the eyes of the culture been something to see. The first hint of large-scale respect we began to see from Yachty came in 2021 when he got super locked in with the Detroit rap scene. Now, this rap scene was one that was underground until Yachty came into it and kind of uplifted a lot of them into the mainstream, which isn't talked about as much as it should be, in my humble opinion. But guys like Sada Baby, Babytron, Rio de Young OG, V's, Babyface Ray, etc., all featured on his mixtape Michigan Boy Boat, in which Lil Yachty wanted to prove he can rap. This was a huge conversation at the beginning of his career that he's just not a rapper, he's meant for jingles and melodies, etc. And on Michigan Boy Boat did he prove that notion completely wrong. And in the process, put on a lot of great artists from Detroit. While the following year, 2022, would be a quiet one in terms of solo releases for Yachty, this is the year in which it seems Yachty got close to Champagne Papi, Drake, the leader of today's hip-hop. He would go on to help craft Her Loss, a collaboration album between Drake and 21 Savage, a fellow Atlanta artist, and this project had a lot of people, including myself, anticipating what Yachty would do next. He added hella great ad-libs, and you can just hear his taste all over this album. in terms of the fun melodies, and in terms of bouncy trap sounds like you get on Jumbotron Shit Poppin'. Being that it has seemed that Yachty began to stick his toes into the water of Detroit hip-hop and also helped Drake with what was mainly a rap album, it came as a complete shock when he opened this year, 2023, with his 5th studio album, Let's Start Here. Now, make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake at all. This is a top 3 record to come out so far this year, and in my humble opinion, is clearly and by far Yachty's best project to date. The album, while a bit left field from what he usually does, was very, very well crafted and kept that goofy kind of Yachty feel to it, while also bringing a bit of that seriousness that traditional hip-hop fans may have wanted from Yachty earlier in his career. Only caveat this time was it was not seriousness over no hip-hop instrumentals. Not whatsoever. Let's Start Here is actually a psychedelic rock album, and it is a great one at that. Like I said, a top 3 LP to come out this year. Blew me out of the water. I made a video earlier this year about this album, and it completely blew me away and showed me that Yachty is here to stay. The album contained one of my favorite songs of the year, and Say Something, and visuals for it, which were also amazing. Not only Say Something, but you got songs like The Zone, songs like Saw the Sun, songs like the intro, the Black Seminole, which upon first listen, everybody and their mother was like, what are we getting into with this record? Now, as if dropping one of the best albums to come out this year, and ladies and gentlemen, it is October. The recording of this video is in October of 2023, and it is still a top 3 record. It came out in January of the year. As if that wasn't enough, Yachty has been carrying, and I mean carrying 2023 in terms of hip hop and rap. Singles like Slide, Tesla, Solo Step, and Creep Boy, in which he premiered in a cypher with AMP and Kai Cenat, big streamers, all make up what has been a superstar year for Yachty, and one that has propelled him to a status in which I think we need to watch out for Yachty as one of the main artists to continue to carry hip-hop. Now, let me speak on why this might have been a shock to even someone like myself, but maybe shouldn't have been, and we maybe should have all saw this coming. While his solo work never was the very best to us, and we all were very critical of it from the very first LP, Yachty has kind of always been in the mix in dictating hip-hop culture in the new age. In 2018, he wrote a classic hit for this new age hip-hop scene in Act Up by City Girls, which would go on to be the theme song for the entire new wave of female rap. And not only did he help write this classic hit record, but look at what he was doing, like I said earlier in the video, within the culture throughout the years in which we thought those studio albums just weren't hitting. He was still hovering around. So many artists continued to stick with Yachty. You didn't see many people around him fall away from him. And then to see a guy like Drake pick up on him in 2022 and kind of say, hey, come here, I like your taste. This should show us that Yachty's been cooking for a while. It's just he hasn't really applied himself as much as he could. And I think he showed with Let's Start Here that he's ready to apply himself. I think that was kind of the point of Let's Start Here, as he alluded to in multiple interviews, that Let's Start Here, the title, kind of symbolized that this is the beginning of a new Yachty. It's kind of chapter 2 of his career. Yachty would go on to have a feature on Drake's For All the Dogs, his newly released LP, and this song is absolutely amazing too, with a video by Lyrical Lemonade. Another Late Night is a complete banger, and is just right in line with everything else Lil Yachty has done this year, and it has been a stellar, again, I cannot stress how stellar of a year it has been for Yachty to come out and do what he's done after being the poster child of meme rap and bubblegum trap for so long. You can't help but feel great for the dude. Feel great for not only him, as he is a great dude and a great individual, seemingly from the outside looking in, but also for every other artist in that generation that was looked down upon. And whenever people were talking to Yachty the way they were kind of talking to the whole generation, saying, hey, look, this isn't how it's going to go. This isn't how rap is supposed to be. This isn't the way you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to be having this much fun, etc. Now, not only have these singles been absolutely stellar, but they have also been pushing sounds forward. Yachty's Wobbly Voice on his hit record Poland that came out at the end of 2022 showed Yachty with a weird reverb, kind of odd effect on his voice that he would carry on to use not only on Let's Start Here, but on all these singles that he dropped in 2023. Now, while many people found Poland very annoying, I actually love this song, and I also love all of these singles in which he uses the same effect on his voice. It's something different. It's something new. It's something that we haven't heard in rap, and that is something, and hearing something that we haven't heard in rap is something that has become sort of a rarity this year within the genre. All we've been getting lately is the same trap sounds, the same boom bap sounds for the boom bap rappers. It's not like anyone within their lane has really been trying to stretch out the music sonically. And Yachty has not only done that, but he has exceeded doing that in making it work. It's one thing to try something completely new and different. It's another thing to try something completely new and different and enter your prime while doing so. So overall, I think that what this year should tell us is that not only is Yachty a complete cultural tastemaker, which we should have already known as I alluded to a bit earlier in the video, but also that he is here to stay as an artist. And that is what he wanted to prove, I feel like, entering the year. And that is exactly what he did prove, not only with, again, Let's Start Here, but these singles and the work he's done with Drake, all around, just all across the board, a completely fantastic year from Yachty thus far. And I hope he continues this into 2024. That's all I got for you guys today. Please comment below if you guys enjoyed this essay. Let me know what else y'all want to hear from us about. And also subscribe for the very best hip-hop coverage you're going to find anywhere on the interweb. We got a podcast every single Wednesday night. You're going to get that podcast episode. Every single Wednesday night, we drop a podcast episode. And every single day, we drop a clip or a video or an essay or a review or something. So yeah, show love. Let me know what you guys want to see from us next. Instant Classic family, we out. Doses.